All right.
Looking back at the 2011 main event of Money in the Bank, hard to believe it's already been 10 years. But, the first thing that comes to mind when we think about CM Punk and John Cena was the realism behind it, the realism behind the pipe bomb promo, the realism of you believed CM Punk was leaving WWE, and the realism that you believed he left the company holding the title while Vince McMahon was just standing there. It was just, I'll remember it for being a tremendous match. They worked their asses off for 35 minutes. It was literally the match of the year in 2011, and it's just a memory that I will never forget because I didn't know where it was going from here, and it just made everything so much interesting going forward after this title win by CM Punk.
Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out!
Your audio's off. Your audio.
I'm an idiot. I'm so pumped, Jose. I'm beyond excited. I'm jacked. I feel 10 years younger because we're going back to 2011. We're going back today on this Money in the Bank special weekend. All right. The live fans are back. So what better to go back to one of the loudest crowd reactions of the last 20 years, the Allstate Arena, the opera house of professional wrestling, that wooden ceiling formerly known as the Rosemont Horizon. I was there in section 216. I yelled at children. I will tell you some yelling at children stories, Jose. We're getting into all of it. This is our Money in the Bank 2011 watch along. For you guys just tuning in, you want to queue up the match on the WWE Network if you're watching internationally, or on Peacock at 2 hours, 3 minutes and 11 seconds, okay? We're going to do about maybe 10 minutes of preview, all right? So if you're watching this on demand, we'll give you a little bit of time to queue it up wherever you're going to watch it here, all right? We thought this was the perfect companion piece to a very, very big weekend for WWE in front of live fans for the first time since March of 2020. SmackDown last night. I know we had Smack Talk. You guys can go into more depth of it. What a special show that was, dude. Jacked. I was jacked watching this show.
Yeah, man, I got real sentimental. I got the goosebumps with the opening video welcoming us back. I thought it was fantastic. The crowd roar was amazing. Huge pop for Edge last night. Great to see the return of Finn Balor back on SmackDown. So overall, man, I thought it was a great kickoff to touring, and the fans enjoyed it.
Great. They told you there was going to be surprises, man. They said there was going to be surprises with this, and we're already getting them here. Jeremy Bennett joining us there at the opening. We'll have Raju from our editorial team joining us here in a little bit as well with their comments about this historic special match. And I think it shows that maybe there isn't a match that people remember the same way in the last 10, 20 years, I think. And I'm of the thought that we need to remember these things and cherish them in a special way here. And we have other people tuning in. Raju's already with us.
Nice.
Raju says, we need another watch out. I just take that from the opening we have that goes pretty crazy here. If you guys are with us live, go ahead and share the link. Go ahead and tell us what you think. They think your hat's pretty dope. I should have wore a hat. I didn't know we were wearing hats today. All right. I thought you were my bald bro, dude. We're...
Listen, today is it's supposed to be my day off, but I'm sacrificing my day off to do this because I love this so much.
He's sacrificing his day off.
So I'm in my casual mode right now.
Oh, you're cashing out. Okay. All right. I get what you're going for, buddy.
I got my beer. I got my ladder right behind me. I got the Money in the Bank briefcase. It's out of camera, but it's up there somewhere.
Let me see it. Go grab that one. It's worth it. We're goofy.
No, I don't have it. No, I'm just. you just made me break my own line, man. I'm just, I'm trying to act it out
and everything like that. So, also a little bit of a programming note here. We are going to be doing a trivia face-off with Jose and I tomorrow. What's the exact time on that again? Just so I'm clear, and everyone knows.
That's also going to be at noon, I believe.
Yes, noon Eastern.
Yep.
Noon EST, 11 a.m. Central. And of course, you can watch that on demand as well. That'll be Facebook exclusive. The only reason we're doing that is so it's easier for us to get a hold of you and give you prizes. Giving away some really cool Retromania game codes. You guys will be able to play that game and get it online. And it's a very, very awesome game. Big hookup to Retromania. Thank you for them and their constant support of everything we're doing at Sportskeeda Wrestling. We're just trying to have fun here, guys. If you know someone who's a CM Punk fan, if you know someone who is a John Cena fan, tag them in the comments of this video and let us know what you think of it here. Yes, we're going to climb the ladder, pal. The plans change, pal. We're going to get into it here in a minute.
Plans change, pal.
Let's talk about it, though. This is Money in the Bank 2011. It's a very interesting time for WWE. As, you know, The Rock had come back, right? Brock Lesnar was set to come back at that point. The plans were already in the work for him to come back. But WWE already had a stacked roster of very talented superstars, and some, like CM Punk, who thought they were deeply underutilized and were just kind of like in a holding pattern. They would be featured here and there. They would get a title shot. They would get the world title, but they weren't really the champion. And these are all things that Punk kind of laid out in his documentary with WWE. And building to this match, it was a very unique situation because legitimately, and this is 100% legitimate, a lot of people think it isn't, like, oh, it's just some big work. In the weeks leading up to this pay-per-view, the pay-per-view organically fell on the final day of CM Punk's contract. So what you see this play out, reality overplays the storyline so much. And WWE and Vince McMahon should be credited for saying, we're going to take advantage of a situation and roll the dice really hard, because it is 100% true. CM Punk did not have a WWE contract beyond this day in 2011, this hot summer day in his hometown where he's beloved. Even if he was a heel, they always loved CM Punk in Chicago. Hottest wrestling crowd in the United States, against the most divisive guy. The people that love John Cena love him. The people that hate him hate him. This is the height of Cena. Let's go Cena. Cena sucks. This is the height of that in 2011. And then you have a guy who comes in and says, I'm not the cookie cutter champion. I'm covered in tattoos. I'm not your guy, but I'm absolutely 100% a pro wrestling guy. Weeks before this, he gets the title shot and sets it up. John Cena gets through R-Truth in this situation, this table match. He's all laid out. The infamous pipe bomb promo happens. And then this match is a whole different thing. Saying stuff in this promo that made people's heads spin. Like, this company would be better off if Vince McMahon died, but then it would be taken over by his doofus son-in-law. Shouting out Coco Cabana, who had been let go. Maybe I'm going to win that title and bring it to Ring of Honor. Maybe I'm going to win that title and bring it, in terms of like worked shoot things in wrestling. Mm-hmm. And this was that. Because this is a promo to build up to a match.
Correct.
One of the best promos of all time. Like that pipe bomb promo made this match spectacular. And we're talking about a Money in the Bank show where there's ladders and everything. We'll run down the whole card here in a little bit. Once again, if you're just joining us, in a few minutes, we're going to watch the match. But we want you guys to cue it up. 2 hours, 3 minutes, 11 seconds on Peacock or the WWE Network or wherever you're watching. Maybe you got the DVD. You're busting the DVD out, right? So now
I did want to mention something real quick, Kevin. Besides the CM Punk and John Cena match, there was also, 2 big Money in the Bank ladder matches in this match. And one of the big ladder match winners was Alberto Del Rio. Mm-hmm. And Alberto Del Rio took some time out of his day to send Sportskeeda Wrestling a little message.
Oh, we got to run
about his win.
He's cashing in on us.
About his win at Money in the Bank. So I actually just got this video in. So I want to play it here. We're both going to see this for the very first time.
Go.
So let's see if we can cue it up. Let's get it ready. Boom. I got it. Here we go.
All right, here we go. Oh, the chat! You've revealed the chat. You got the sound off, bud?
Hold on. Do I have the sound off? Let's check.
Gotta love it, man. We're a real crew here. We're a real crew. You guys are seeing the whole back end operation there. We just
I'm trying to get
to
get this ready to go.
It's okay,
here.
man. Hey, dude, we're rolling with this. We just got this morning too. I think we found out about this a little while ago. We didn't know if we were going to have this right away too. So
exactly.
Del Rio would win that Money in the Bank and kind of became a guy who's disrupting this thing, because I think the plan all along was really to get Del Rio to ascend to that top level, that world title level. And then here is Punk, who is going to be the guy who has a match with CM Punk, with John Cena in his hometown. It'll be the hometown guy, but Cena's going to win. That was the going thing here, is when this match was even being reported. Then they made it. Then you find out that his contract is up and it's all going to come down. And then everything changed. Everything they thought was going to happen went a whole different way, and they were so keen and smart to like go with this as a full direction here. All right, let's see if we can get Mr. Del Rio.
I think we have it. Let me just make sure I got the audio on. Hold on. Keep talking there while I.
When you do the screen share, there's a little tiny button on the bottom that says share audio. That's the part that gets us here. Climb the ladder, kid. Make yourself famous. Jim Ross to Jose. That's what he's saying to you, dude. You got to make yourself famous, brother. That infamous line from Jim Ross in that match with Jeff Hardy and Undertaker from many, many moons ago.
Let's see here. Can you hear anything?
I can't hear anything on my end.
All right, hold on. See, we're dealing with technology here, guys.
Technology. It's not fun. Give us your memories of this match. If you guys are watching, let us know what you think of this match. It has been 10 years since this match. I saw it live. I was there live. As I mentioned, it was a spectacular feeling to see this and be a part of something that you knew was larger than life. Whereas this wasn't just another wrestling show. This was a show where something was going to happen. And the best guys in the business were going to do their thing. And the show on top of itself was already great, because you got to understand, like, this was the main event. A singles world title match was the main event above two ladder matches. Del Rio was in one of them. Sin Cara getting powerbombed through a ladder. Daniel Bryan winning that ladder match when no one expected him to win it. You also had Christian versus Randy Orton in the thick of their feud, which went all over the place and had a very odd finish. There was a lot of very wild, fun things on this show. And it's interesting to think that just a simple title match on a show with a lot of like chaotic things on it could take the show to this whole other dramatic level. This is a show I think that people should remember in a special way. Like they remember some shows that snuck up on them. WrestleManias are always going to be WrestleManias and always have these big payoffs and these special things. But this one was quite special in its own way here. Do we have more issues with this, or are we rolling ahead here?
I'm still trying to find where that button is. You told me it was in the bottom corner.
When you go to do share audio, when you go to do like the share button, you see the little screen there. We're talking all out here on the screen. So you see StreamYard, you have cam, mic, invite, all that stuff. Share. There's a little button on the bottom that says share audio with it here. Let's see if I can do it on my end.
Let's see here.
So when you watch this, do you watch this on pay-per-view? Because this is still the pay-per-view days too. You had to get this.
I actually did watch this on pay-per-view. I actually did watch it on pay-per-view, and it was, I mean, that promo itself, when they did the pipe bomb, it was something out of this world. So for me, I thought, they were blending the reality and the storyline part of it, and I thought that was just so innovative for that time, and it was something that it was never been done. And because of that promo, we have seen other storylines develop down the line that have included kind of like that mix of reality and there it is. Play sound. I'm trying to find. I'm working here at the same time. Did you get it?
I think I got it. Hang on 1 second. Make sure I'm doing it right. 1 second. So you watch it on pay-per-view. Do you do the pay-per-view party thing for this? What do you do?
No, I actually just had a couple friends over. And not a huge party, but yeah, we just had a couple friends over and made it work. Did you get it?
Give it a shot on your end, buddy. Give it a shot on your end.
Hold on. Let's see.
Oh, okay. All right, cool. Hang on. Fun times. So you do the pay-per-view party. Have you ever had the person at the pay-per-view party where you guys will know this, where you have the person at the pay-per-view party who doesn't know what's going on in wrestling, and you kind of have to like.
Are we getting audio?
Am I in audio right now, bud?
I am, but are we getting audio from the video?
I'm not getting audio from the video. No, I'm not getting audio from the video at all. But you get those pay-per-view party friends, right? Who just watch they just watch at the pay-per-view. They only show up when you're having a pay-per-view party, right? Mm-hmm. And they get there and you have to tell them everything. And I remember this was something where I wasn't at a pay-per-view party. I was at the show. Mm-hmm. This is the one time where I went to a WWE show and I didn't have to explain anything to anyone. Everyone, the mom, the kid, everyone knew that this show was about one match. It was all about these other things, but it was about this one match. And is he going to win that title? Is he going to walk out with that title? Is our guy in Chicago going to flip the script? And
that's what made it so great, though. Yeah. That storytelling right there. Is he going to leave the company with the title without re-signing with the company? That's what made it so compelling.
So let's see if I can get it here on my end here.
Can you download that video?
I'm going to see if I can download it. Let me see if it pops up here on the full screen here on this side here. Fun times. Gotta love technical. We just got this video too, so that's part of the issue. But I'm thankful we got it. Can you hear this?
Negative.
All right, cool. Gotta love this. Then we gotta download it on our end. We'll get it on before the end of the show. Can you download it on your end, buddy? And we'll play it.
I already have it down. Yeah, I already have it downloaded. I'm just trying to make sure we get the audio so the viewers can hear it. Let's see here.
Fun times. Okay. Here we go. Mike is texting in. Mike, our social media director. Watch the pay-per-view to Buffalo Wild Wings because it was too cheap to pay the $50. He was all about the nuggets and the wings, baby.
See what we did? We would split the pay-per-view. So if it was $60, we all put 20. It was like three of us. So,
that was the deal. There was a lot of friends I still did that with. You imagine that. Doesn't that idea sound like so like passe by today's standards? I mean, you can get together and watch the show with people. There's I remember I did watch-alongs, just private ones with like buddies of mine, like when there was the AEW pay-per-views and stuff like that, and different things like that. So I can completely get it here. Zane is texting in. Zane saying that Punk angle brought so many fans back to wrestling. I don't know if it brought. I think maybe it did. But I think it definitely like invigorated people that were on the edge of like, hey, am I going to watch this anymore? Is this for me? I'm a guy of a certain age. Is this still going to have characters in it that represent my interests, that have an edge to them? And that isn't to say that John Cena didn't have that. He just played to a different crowd. You know what I mean? And who was going to be there for the dudes? That's what CM Punk was. He was that specific aisle of the audience. He was the dude and his tattooed girlfriend. And they like punk rock, but they still like some WWE, but they don't want to feel like they're John Cena guys. And God bless John Cena, but CM Punk's their guy, right? That's what he was. And that's what he would become. He would become the disruptor. And that's why people liked him. When people, you see this with our show all the time. When people text in all the time, they're like, I want an invasion. I want disruption. I want someone appealing this. He was the ultimate guy to do that for WWE. Next is Stone Cold Steve Austin. I don't think there's a more disrupting character in WWE history. So if we get this Del Rio video, can we play it about that? Can we play this Del Rio video at the end, you think?
I'm working on it right now. It'll be ready in about less than a minute.
All right, cool. So I
got it ready.
I don't care. We can play along, dude. If you guys are with us, go ahead and hammer that like button if you're watching on demand. Gotta love the technical issues that we in here. And all these different things here. I also have a video we can play from our buddy Raju. Let's go to that. I'll play this video from Raju.
Let's listen to what Raju had to say about this matchup.
Yeah, he was he got to see this from a completely different perspective, right? We're here in the States. We're spoiled with all this stuff here. All right. Raju got to see this from an international perspective. Our great team in India. Let's see what he had to say. Playing along.
Hey guys, so this is Riju Dasgupta. I'm the content manager for the pro wrestling division here at Sportskeeda, and I'm here to talk about John Cena versus CM Punk at Money in the Bank 2011. I will admit that I wasn't watching any wrestling back in 2011, and that I got into wrestling once again in the year 2014, I believe, when Sting joined WWE. And this is one of those matches that I revisited once I joined Sportskeeda. And this was a match this was the perfect storm in a sense. Build was great, the actual match was exciting, and the legacy, the impact of the match lives on to this day. So yes, I would say it was CM Punk's crowning moment, and John Cena was the perfect dance partner for him.
Great comments there from our very own Raju. Check out all the work he's doing with our editorial team at our website, sportskeeda.com, which is also available as a very efficient app. We have an app. A lot of websites put out their own apps, and it's just like a mobile version. It is what it is. Ours is slick. It's easy to share. We have a bunch of video content in it, a bunch of top fives. It isn't just the news of the day. There's a lot of great things you can read in it. And Raju manages people in 5 different time zones.
Well, not only that, but he's a very well-known writer. Before he joined Sportskeeda, he was part of Rolling Stone's India, so he's definitely, a very well-known name. So I'm very happy that we have Riju Dasgupta on our team.
He's also the most
check
metal
out his metal
person.
band. Dude, he's
Albatross.
so metal. I love that guy.
Yeah.
By the way, I do have our video ready to go.
Let's do it.
It's clued up. So again, guys, if you're just joining us, we are doing this watch along Money in the Bank, Cena versus Punk. But another big notable win on that same night was one Alberto Del Rio winning his first Money in the Bank in WWE.
Say it right.
And he was
say it. Say what? Come on.
Alberto Del Rio.
There we go.
Check it out, guys.
Hola amigos, this is Alberto el Real Patron, sí, and this is for my amigos from Sportskeeda. And I'm going to be talking about the day when I won the Money in the Bank briefcase. That happened 10 years ago, and I remember it like it was yesterday. Fighting, wrestling against those amazing performers, but especially defeating, destroying Rey Mysterio Jr. I just remember that day, that night, me pushing my favorite little chihuahua off the ladder just to reach and get that red briefcase that eventually made me become the first ever Mexican WWE champion in history. Some people call it destiny, some other call it work ethic. I just call it Alberto. See.
Amazing.
What a moment.
That was a great moment for not only Alberto, but for a lot of Latinos that watch Alberto and really understood the grasp of what was happening at that time. The first Latino WWE heavyweight champion. I mean, that's unheard of. So it was great. Thank you to Alberto Del Rio. Thank you to Michael Morales Torres from Lucha Libre Online and Riju Dasgupta for getting this video out to us quickly as they did. We really appreciate it. But how about we get into this matchup, Kevin?
All right, let's let him cue it up here. You're going to go to a Punk versus Cena, Money in the Bank 2011, 2 hours, 3 minutes, and 11 seconds. We gave that time cue because we wanted you to hear the crowd reaction. All right. And now, as we're watching this live, there'll be times where you don't hear Jose and I talk, and we're just reacting with you. Okay. So if you're watching on demand, we're going to count down from 10 and press play. All right. Maybe we're a second or two off, but that's not too bad. Don't worry about that. You're within 5 or 10 seconds. You'll be playing along perfectly. Okay. Thank you once again to our friends from Lucha Libre Online for hooking that up. Thank you once again from Alberto Del Rio for that time on a Saturday morning. All right, we got him doing that on a Saturday morning. So, and hey, we got over the technical hump. We're here. Here we are. We go back to the roar of the Allstate Arena. The center of the wrestling universe was one place on a hot Sunday in June. 4 stars, 2 bars, the Chicago flag on his kick pads and his butt, fighting for a city against the chosen corporate champion. That's where we are. That's the energy. That's where I want your mind. Here we go. Count them down from 10, Jose.
Here we go. We got 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hit play.
There we go. That great pan around shot of the Allstate Arena, that blue ceiling. You hear the crowd. They're already on their feet here, and they're going to go nuts once this music plays. And look at them pull back on commentary, too. No one talking right now. Oh, listen to that.
Wow.
Listen to that, dude.
Getting goosebumps.
Woo! Also,
and that was before
Cult of Personality music.
Yeah,
too.
that was before Cult of Personality. Which intro did you like better? Did you like Cult of Personality or did you like this one?
I think Cult of Personality because it played into who he was.
Yeah,
like,
it really did.
Like the whole idea was he was a revolutionary. If you listen to that song by Living Colour,
love it.
It's a perfect song. But also this song from Killswitch is really cool. I like this song. It plays into Punk too. Punk's more of a literally punk rock guy. This is a metalcore band that was big. Killswitch engaged in the mid 2000s. They're absolutely fantastic. Love this song. I believe this was originally used for Randy Orton. He used this like maybe once or twice, and for whatever reason, he switched over to CM Punk. If I'm wrong about that, you guys can yell at me. Look at that Best in the World shirt. I bought that shirt he has on, that white shirt at the show, and I think I got a stain on it. I felt really, really bad. I always wanted to get a CM Punk shirt, and I never got the opportunity to buy one. My favorite one was the one with the black trim, and it's him like this, but he looks like a saint. Yeah, with his hands.
That's like the best.
Yeah. Oh, dude, look at that sign. If Punk loses, we riot. Like, that's a classic one. People took pictures of that. You can see all the signs in there. There's cult signs, the CM Punk. You see the flag that he's wearing, too? That is the Chicago flag on his gear, okay? So that means a lot to people in Chicago. It doesn't make much sense. The red star, that specific six-pointed red star, that's a very specific flag that people know in Chicago. A lot of people who like work in the industry get like that as a tattoo or something like that. And I have them like a socks hat.
Don't the Chicago police officers wear that on their uniform?
And our firemen wear it as well.
Yeah.
So if you're ever downtown, you see someone who has like a kind of like a formal looking Dickie shirt on. That's that color too. When you see police officers, that's the color of their shirts too. That baby blue color. And that's the Chicago flag. I could tell you everything about it. I was a tour guide for 12 years. So
that's awesome. You know what? When I go up to Chicago, I'm going to go hook up with you. And
I'll give you and the family the free tour. Listen to this, dude. They haven't even touched yet. You know what I mean? Listen to this reaction. He sits down. Have you ever watched this just to get amped up? And this isn't even the match. This isn't even the match, dude. I've watched this before stand-up shows just to get my head right. And there's a couple people in the front row that I know personally that'll pop up here in a minute, too. If you guys are watching with us, we are watching CM Punk versus John Cena, the classic match, Money in the Bank 2011. Sound off with your feelings. Sound off with how you feel about it. Jeffrey Coop saying, yeah, don't forget that he used this song as well.
Man, listen to that crowd. That is crazy, bro. And he is just absorbing every single bit of it.
Never seen hometown emotion. Because they have to say this to other people that are just like regular fans. The only reason this crowd is like this is because of him. And listen to this when he sits down and then gets back up and riles them up again. You know,
he's got the crowd. He's got the crowd right here, bro.
Goes right to the family in the front row. The guy you see in the flannel right there that he's walked by, that's Ace Steel, who was a longtime wrestling compatriot of his in the Midwest. I want my CM Punk commemorative cup. Yeah,
commemorative cup. CM Punk is going Muay Thai kick. What?
The guys who were holding that sign, I interviewed them for I was working for Examiner.com at the time, and I interviewed them, and I found those guys who were holding that sign. It's weird that you bring that up.
Man,
look at the intensity on him right now.
It's so loud you can't even hear the announcers.
And also,
wow,
dude, the thing to think about is they're doing this after 2 ladder matches. Like Del Rio had an amazing moment earlier in the night, right? That he came on and talked to us about, right? I love that. I love that he cut a promo too. Like it was like 10 years later. I love that. That was awesome. But here comes Cena getting booed out of the building.
But you could tell he's got that lose face when he's walking down the aisle.
No, not amped up, not running to the ring.
No, he's not amped up. He's got lose face written all over it. He's not even looking.
My stream blipped a little bit, so I may be a second or two behind you, but that's okay. We're still right on time. Look at him hold it up, head down, completely different vibe from CM Punk here. Look at Punk clap for him. You see who was right next to Punk right there, where he was clapping right there on the outside of the ring? Right behind him is Cole Cabana.
Oh, I didn't notice. Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
Yep.
Comedian Ricky Gonzalez, who's a friend of mine, and Lisa Traeger. Lisa Traeger got a special on Comedy Central. The buddies of mine, they're in the front row somewhere. I remember running into them after the show, and they were like, that was insane. It was before or after the show. Go seek out Lisa Traeger's comedy special. It's very, very funny. Look at you see someone can like throw the shirt to the one Cena
I just
fan in the
love
front
how
row.
CM Punk is live trolling him in real time, in person, clapping at him. Like,
And then
yeah.
I think Punk's family is thumbing him down in the front row.
Wow. But you can tell, like, in John Cena's body language, like, wow, like he's in a hostile environment.
No, I mean, he embraces it though. He understands, like, I'm the babyface anywhere else, but this is foreign territory.
Ah, good old Justin Roberts back in then.
Also, this belt doesn't age well, does it? This championship belt with the spinner on it.
Nah, man, it's so telling of the time, bro. It's
He
like
never
when you
got
watch
to
a
change the
movie.
title too, right?
No, but what's hilarious about that is like WWE titles is kind of like when you watch a movie, like whenever you could tell it's very dated, like you could just look at the cell phones. Like if there's a flip phone or if there's an old BlackBerry with buttons on the screen still, like you could tell that's a pretty dated. So like this is probably at the height of BlackBerry, probably, right?
Mm-hmm.
I thought Justin Roberts was going to say Moxley.
Yeah,
Yes!
Cena. Yeah, Cena. Oh, dude, listen to Cole do that commentary that formed by his father. This is about McMahon's chosen guy. This is about McMahon versus Punk, which is like, wow, that's a wild thing there to say. Bringing up Bruno Sammartino and all the different names
Stone
there.
Cold. Yeah, bringing all the big names.
And now CM Punk is going to win this title? We can't have that. We can't have this indie darling coming in and winning our belt. We can't have that. But then
Juggernaut 07 on YouTube's asking what time we're on the show. We're at 2 hours, 11 minutes, and 8 seconds right now.
Yeah, we just got through the intros and everything like that. If you're a second or two off, don't worry about it, man. Just hop right in. Also, if you're watching on demand and you guys just skipped ahead with this, thank you so much. Did you see the Juggalo in the front row? Did you see that dude with the Juggalo face?
Oh man. Oh wow, that's at the height of the insane clown posse right there, bro.
They're still a thing though. The Gathering's still a thing, right?
Oh, there's still a good amount of people that follow the Juggalos.
Mm-hmm. There's some hatchet men out there. Is that Shaggy 2 Dope himself, or is that just somebody dressed up like the Juggalos?
I just think they're just a pair of Juggalos. What's interesting about this, how technical the match starts off. CM Punk starts, and the crowd is just CM Punk. As soon as Cena hits his headlock, boo! It's real live crowd.
Notice, like, they just did it simple. This is so smart. This is reading the room. This is like, we don't have to do anything unnecessary right away, you know. And they'll do some insane stuff later on in this match too. Look how hot this crowd is. These are just simple like hold exchanges and stuff, right?
It definitely has that big fight feel.
Punk is looking like he's wrestling like under 220 at this point. He's not the biggest he's been. He was bigger in earlier days in WWE. He was wearing more weight on him. Me or him?
It doesn't matter.
and also, like, Cena gets it. Like, this is your match. We're gonna do something cool here. I'm gonna do business with you. Michael Cole shouting out that the first time he was ever in a WWE show, he was playing a gangster during John Cena's intro at WrestleMania just about 5 years before this.
Unbelievable. And again, they're just doing technical holds. They're not really getting into the grunt of into the actual meat of the match.
Because look how over both guys are. You know, like also don't put it past Cena. Like he got heat. No one was quiet when he came out. You know, they were loud. They're invested, right? They care, and they care about what he does, and they care about what Punk does. You care about two people in two aggressively different ways, and then you have two guys that complement each other very, very well. If you're watching, go ahead and tag people in the comments. Let them know if they can join in here with us. Of course, Sportskeeda Wrestling also commenting here. One Night Stand 2006, 2005 vibes. I think you're talking about 2005. That was the one where he came in and it was like the ECW versus him scenario but that was another like the dudes don't like Cena. The kids and their moms like Cena. And we need somebody who opposes that. And CM Punk was definitely against that.
Now let's talk about like the stage setup here because this is 2011. You know, they do have LED setups on here, but they have tons of ladders.
I stand corrected. It was 2006. It was 2006. He's absolutely right.
Yeah, that was a good one. 2000. Yeah, Cena versus RVD. Yeah, but like, how intricate is like the stage setup compared to like what we have now, which is just one giant LED screen?
I guess people fondly look at these setups and these stages as an extra big thing, you know, and it gave more pomp and circumstance to where you're having a show. And now people see this giant LED screen as just, it looks all right, but it doesn't have a sense of place, I guess, to it, you know? But it's semantics, man. How many times do we get people saying, when are they going to change the sets?
Yeah, but, you know, I understand what they're doing, you know, with the LEDs. It's just more technology driven as opposed to prop driven. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but there's different things you can do with the technology as well.
True,
you know?
True. And again,
they do those augmented graphics now for people watching on television, right? They'll superimpose like that big giant like bronze Roman Reigns statue when he comes out. The crowd live won't see that, but what would that look like if you had a bunch of like ladders and big giant structures and stuff like that? If you have a clean LED screen, yeah, you can completely superimpose that on top of it. Oh, leapfrog. Here we go. Oh, almost got him with the attitude adjustment early. Almost got him with the GTS. Feel that crowd. Just tease it. Let the heat brim. Look at this. They're only a few minutes
just let in. Just let it cook. Just let it cook for a little bit.
Let it cook, dude. Let it cook. Oh, look at that crook in Cena's nose. He's had that broken a couple of times.
For you guys just joining in right now, we are at 2 minutes and 2 hours and 16 minutes in this Money in the Bank match. If you're just joining us, we're on demand, so that way you guys can fall in line and sync up with us for you guys get the same reaction.
We got to drop the audio of this on our podcast if we can do that as well. I think it'll be all right. Why not? Oh, we're going to do the test of strength. The test of strength here. Then he's going to kick him. I would always try and do that with my brothers. The test of strength. I'll do that with my nephews. I'll do the test of strength, and then I sell it like they're real strong, you know?
Did you ever break any beds when you were younger doing wrestling moves with your brother?
Yeah, you're not supposed to, right? But I mean, there's what could you do, you know? But the cool thing is with the test of strength, the knuckle lock, right? You could do it. I could do it with my nephew when he was a little kid, and I just sell like he was real strong, you know? Like he was real strong.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do, you know?
Yeah.
I remember when I was a kid. Oh, yeah. I remember when I was a kid. I broke not only my bed, my brother's bed, and my parents' bed.
What? You broke three different beds doing wrestling moves?
Oh, yeah. I was like punished for like a year. It was terrible.
Did your parents not let you watch wrestling anymore after that?
They tried to, but I always found a way. But it was those rock bottoms, bro. Those rock bottoms.
That's the full force. So you broke 3 different beds.
I sure the hell did. Bro.
Ooh, laid in that clothesline there.
Festivus for the rest of us. Riju Dasgupta.
Feats of strength. Feats of strength. That's what we need. We need more feats of strength. This is just fun to hear a crowd reaction like this, you know? And that's kind of why we picked this match. And also, it's like 10 years since it happened. It just feels special. Everything about this that isn't there you can just feel in it, you know? And that's
Even
what makes
if
it
we're
special.
physically there, and this, even though this is 10 years ago, I'm still like when we started it and I heard the crowd, I got goosebumps immediately just because of, you know, how important this match was, even 10 years later.
It's also one of the few times when I watched a show live and I wanted to see it as soon as I could afterwards, you know? And it like takes like a month for them to get it out on DVD or something.
Oh God, it was back in the DVD days.
Were you I was a Blockbuster VHS person, so I was watching wrestling on a lapse.
Oh, me too.
So it would be like watch, and then like the pay-per-view comes up, then I won't watch for like 2 or 3 weeks because I know I can get it at Blockbuster. And I would beg my dad to bring me to Blockbuster because they had a pretty fast turnover on the VHSs or something like that, you know?
See, I wouldn't wait that long because my crew in high school and in college were big wrestling heads.
My buddy who's holding
and
up
we
a
would
sign
tape
there.
swap. We would
There's
tape
a buddy
swap,
of mine
bro.
from college who just got on TV right there. Kamer Zaman works for the Chicago Cubs now in their stats department. Got a sign there on screen. That's so cool, dude. Him and I went to school. We always talk wrestling at Columbia College. Oh, great suplex. Great suplex.
Jeffrey Krupa asking, was this before the network? Yes, this was, I believe, 3 or 4 years before the network was launched, because the network was launched in 2014.
They had 24/7. They had 24/7, which was like you could get through your cable provider, and that was like a handful of on-demand things and like classic content. But that was like an addition. You know, it was like $10 a month or something, and they had that for.
Which is what the network is. The network,
yeah, that was like a precursor to it. This is also around 2011 when they signed that first big deal with YouTube. When WWE launched a lot of their digital efforts around this time, they got going. And they weren't putting full matches on YouTube, but they had like additional shows on there and highlights. And YouTube was still highly invested in a lot of different advertising in a completely different way than it is now. You have to fight a lot harder to find your audience on YouTube than you did back then.
Elbows to the head. Cena goes outside. And just listen to that. Just that little bit of him hitting elbows and just pushing him outside. The crowd just reacts like if he just hit the finisher.
You may be like 10 seconds ahead of me here when it flipped up a little bit for me. That's okay.
All right. I'm gonna.
Are you watching on Peacock? What do you think of Peacock?
I'm watching. It's okay.
It's okay, right?
It's okay. I just don't like how they classify everything in seasons.
Yeah, the way they classify stuff in WWE is kind of odd. I do miss the anonymous general manager podium is over there in the background. You see that?
Yeah.
Wow, that was a different time.
Telling of the time. It's telling of the time.
I remember that. I found that really interesting when they were trying to do it at first, and then I don't think they knew where they were going to end it. You know?
Think about this. 2011. Barack Obama was still president.
Yep.
Crazy.
Facebook wasn't awful yet. Ooh, to the back of the head. To the back of the head. Another Punk and Ace Steel pop right there.
Oh, man. That's such a dangerous move. A knee drop to anywhere in the body. I remember watching an old WWC. This is from Puerto Rico.
Okay.
An old, like from 1970s. It was, I believe, Brutus Brody, and when he was still alive, Bruiser Brody, yeah, Bruiser Brody, going up against, I think, is an Invader, one of the masked superstars from the Caribbean. Anyways, Bruiser Brody,
Caribbean masked superstar number 5. Yeah,
I think it was Invader number 1, or I'm not 100% sure, or Bronco number 1. I think it was Bronco number 1. Anyways, so Bruiser did this knee drop from the very top rope to the sternum, and this was not a shoot. He broke his sternum, had internal bleeding, and was coughing and choking on blood in real time. That knee drop is a very, very dangerous move in professional wrestling.
Booker T on commentary saying he never got to be WWE champion at this point, and like that eluded me. You eluded me.
me.
Yeah. If you're just joining us, CM Punk taking on John Cena, 2011. That's what we're watching. They're getting going here, getting some rhythm here.
Yeah, well,
Bigger
now we're
power
trying
moves
to
coming
move a
into
little
play
faster.
here.
2 hours, 23 minutes in, guys. If you're just tuning in, that's the spot that we are located on. Right now, they're starting to get into the meat of the matchup.
They're
2011.
yo-yoing the heat and the pace here with these holds, though. You notice this? They're getting them really hot, then they're bringing them back down. They're getting them really hot, and they're bringing them back down.
Well, I mean, this is also a very typical WWE kind of storytelling with their matches. A lot of holding, a lot of bringing down. Because, I mean, if you're going to go full 100% for 35 minutes, those guys wouldn't be standing up by 10 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta slow it down sometimes.
And also they let the crowd fill in the space there too.
Exactly. It's all about taking your time, slowing down, and really telling a story. And this is right now just a masterclass. This is a masterclass.
Oh, that beautiful like jump up into the moonsault. That splash.
Yeah, he didn't land well on that splash because I think Cena tried to get his knees up.
Oh yes, I remember this. So I remember in the building, like the inner like smark in me noticed like this is bad. Like if John Cena's hurt, is this match ruined because he got hurt? You know, and what are they gonna do? How is this gonna work? And then in retrospect, we're not spoiling anything here. In retrospect, I think some people are like, "Oh, is that just them trying to like give John Cena an out here to say that he got hurt in the match, he had an injury?"
Oh my God!
Yeah, you're like 10 seconds ahead of me. Oh,
I'm like 2 seconds ahead of you. Oh my God!
Oh,
wow!
That fun, dude! Dude! Gross. Gross.
That suplex was ooh! Even in the replay, I could feel it going down my spine.
You remember when people complained about the padding being added around the ring? You've been watching wrestling long enough. When people complain,
listen, I used to compete. I know that it doesn't feel good, even though there's padding. It still don't feel good.
No,
it still does not feel good.
You can still break a bone in when you're wearing a seatbelt, man.
Yeah. By the way, you know what? I started getting into like the Belgian triple ale. I'm really snobby with my beers now.
Yes, you are. What are you drinking right now? What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a Canadian Belgian triple ale. It's called La Fin du Monde. It's pretty good. Full of body. Great companion to watching this Money in the Bank match right now.
I'm drinking a 2021 a Dr. Pepper. I don't know if you've ever.
Is it aged?
It is not aged. It's a fresh batch. Listen to these fans.
I forget how good Booker T's on commentary.
Crazy off-shooting lines though sometimes that like were out there.
You know what was great when Corey Graves was on commentary with Booker T, and he would always,
I haven't seen a move like that in a long time.
Nah,
that overhead slam, kind of like it's like a power slam driver.
Yeah, but yeah. So Booker T and Corey Graves on commentary was like the best thing ever because Corey Graves would always troll on Booker, and Booker did not like it. You could see it in his facial expression. It was great.
All right, so that knee doesn't look like it's bothering John Cena much at all.
Not right now, no.
Look how big the traps are on John Cena here. There you go. The booyah kick punch exchange. Love this.
You know what? And I honestly like CM Punk's physique at this moment because when he was a little bit bulkier, back during the ECW days, it didn't really fit him, but this slender look on him, it really fits him. It looks real badass.
It looks better with his movement too in the ring, and like especially when everything he does is like the striking that sets up the finishing stuff.
Yes,
it looks he looks better like that, like almost like an Aleister Black, where you think of the movement.
Yes, very. That's
and with
Cena, a very good analysis.
Cena's a bodybuilding guy. He was a body guy first, and then learned wrestling from that and built around it and all power moves and stuff like that. Also, I think Cena is a deceptively good hold guy. You see, like when you see him with that body putting a hold on you and he does it the right way and really sinks it in, it was good. The STFU, not so much. Sometimes that was off, right? A little bit. Good old arm drag. Nothing wrong with a Ricky the Dragon arm drag. Well, you get a little blip in your radar there with Peacock. It does the thing where it reboots every like 10, 15 minutes for me, and then it just picks up from where it is.
Oh, so far I'm good right now. Where are you? Right now they just did the double clothesline and the refs counting.
They're both down right now.
Okay.
Right now. So we're around the same time. As long as we're within like 10 or 15 seconds of each other, it's fine.
Yeah.
Right now, I can't take my eyes off of the juggalos that are in that hard cam shot.
He's distracting. They're distracting.
There's one guy in the back standing up.
Shoulder bumps.
Here we go. Shoulder bump. People are going to start booing because they know the 5 moves of doom are coming. And then he's getting this is vintage Cena. There goes vintage Michael Cole. Ooh, nasty fall, roll up. You know, like John Cena was going on his roll, the 3 bumps, and then he'll do the 5 knuckle shuffle, right? They shifted that order where the crowd was brewing up and hating
Thunder Bomb.
Oh, the Blue Thunder Bomb. Crowd's going to get pissed when he goes through this 5-finger knuckle shuffle.
2 hours and 29 minutes. That's where we're at right now in the Money in the Bank pay-per-view 2011. Cena versus CM Punk. Oh!
He looks so tired. He's like, I got to do this. Bam! Kick in the head. That's what you get for taunting me. Kick in your stupid head. Out of the ring. Oh, here we go. Big suicide dive here. Crowd goes ape when he goes through these ropes.
Tope suicida.
Bam. Oh, Cena took all that into the barrier, too. Did you see him reach up? He go to his mom. He's like, "What is that great, mom?" He's got his family in the front row. That's awesome. And my family was in the front row the whole time. I'm like, dude, you see that?
This crowd is loud, dude.
They're the MVP of the show, dude.
They really are.
I love that Ace Steel and Coco Cabana are just marking the hell out in the front row at this thing. And those are pro wrestlers.
If you paid good money to be on the front row to watch this matchup,
they're his buddies. They're just hanging out.
Sure, okay, yeah. But even if they're other buddies and they didn't have to pay, I would be marking out, wouldn't you?
Here we go.
Well, you were there.
Oh, yeah, dude, I was there. It was insane energy. There's a dude with a tuxedo in like the second row in that hard cam shot, too. Why?
Why not? It's Money in the Bank. He's got to.
Here we go. Now he's going to go for that five knuckle shuffle.
I think we're synced up now.
All right, good. You know that sound is so special in the Allstate Arena. I've seen more wrestling there than I've seen, White Sox, Cubs games, hockey games, anything. The sound there is so special, and people talk about why Chicago is such a great wrestling crowd. Part of it is the arena and the way the sound booms off of that wooden ceiling there. Steel ceiling.
Oh, he almost landed that.
Oh, dude, he almost landed that.
Damn.
I like that, though. When you get out of a move and it doesn't hit exactly. Like, it doesn't look like a clean counter, right? But it didn't look bad. Like, yeah, land on my ass. I'm going to take care of this,
It's okay, but at least he didn't land on his back.
No. But you land on your tailbone. That sucks.
Oh, yeah.
You have the one fan right over Punk doing the judo hand stretch there. Did Michael Cole just say he's going to be making pizzas down the road? Like if Punk didn't win this match? Oh no! Big gut wrench powerbomb there. Did you hear Michael Cole just say, like, come on, John, just get him, get rid of this guy, get him out of the company? I like that. I like that Cole's just when Cole will be. I didn't like Cole heel manager, right? But Cole, like when he would side with somebody, you believed it.
I know people give a lot of flack to Michael Cole as a commentator, but he's been there for over 20 years, bro. I think you may not like him, but he's definitely the voice of WWE.
Ooh, dude. That second one! Did you see that second one?
Yes.
Right on the chin, dude.
Oh, dude.
Oh man, he ate all of that. He ate
got that
all
entire
of that.
knee in his face, bro. Springboard.
Come on, lay it in.
Clothesline connects. 2. Sweet.
See that? I'm gonna signal the time.
Boom! Oh man, he ate that entire knee on the replay.
Choice
Dude.
cut there by Kevin Dunn for the replay there. How we doing in the chat, everybody? You guys having a good time watching along with us? Let us know what you guys think here. Marver and Michael Tichon is joining us here as well. Shout out to our friends at RetroSoft Studios. Join Kevin and Jose tomorrow for Money in the Bank trivia and win codes to WrestleMania Wrestling. That'll be tomorrow afternoon. If you're watching on demand, you can join us on July 18th. You can only win those codes if you are with us live. You can only win those codes if you're with us live. If you're catching us on demand, definitely enjoy it here. Yes, people also now noticing the general manager podium that is at ringside here. Wild vibes. We're watching CM Punk go toe-to-toe in Chicago. Electric feelings here.
2 hours and 34 minutes in right now, guys. Right now, we got John Cena putting the STFU on CM Punk, and Punk is struggling to get to the ropes.
Woo!
Dude, look at that facial
that
expression.
desperation. I love when guys do that. I love the desperation. Oh, come on. Here we go. Because you don't just do it right away. You got to pause for the pop and the relief. Wrestling's all about timing, man. I love the little delivery of the time and the reactions you get from it. And it's something that makes me, I think, it's going to center people. I know people are really bitter about certain things that WWE is doing recently. I think a lot of it hopefully will go away. I felt that with people watching SmackDown this week. And that hearing the roar of the crowd is going to maybe center our more jaded sensibilities. The little kid in the front. What? Oh, no. This is one of Cena's best matches for sure, too.
It really is. It's right up there with Cena and AJ Styles because that was a really good matchup, too. And that was also at Money in the Bank.
I could say that Punk had maybe better athletic technical performances than this in Ring of Honor, maybe. There was a Broadway match he had with Samoa Joe that I saw live that was very, very special. But this is the storyline conclusion of this is amazing, and the energy, and then the delivery with bell to bell is through the roof too.
Roll through
into the attitude adjustment. And look at him pause, center, frying the camera perfectly, frame it up. Perfect. Here we go. GTS. Counters. No.
Goes for the STFU.
No. Love it, dude. Love it. Everyone on commentary is losing their mind right now, too.
Dude, this is how you can tell that they're putting on a masterpiece. The facial expressions, not only on CM Punk, the facial expressions on John Cena is just amazing right now.
At this point in the match, is this where Vince and John Laurinaitis come down to the ring because they want to do the screw job finish if they can, and say the bell rang and that he didn't win the title, right?
I think we're getting close to that match.
You hear that roar? You hear that thump noise?
Mm-hmm.
That is a very Chicago thing too.
Oh, wow!
There, he's gonna reverse into the Anaconda Vice.
Oh my God! Just into the counter, into the Anaconda Vice. That pop was amazing right now. Look at that! Unbelievable,
dude! I'm getting goosebumps right now. Loving this.
Dude, the crowd is so loud, you could barely hear Cole and Booker T. Attitude adjustment.
There you go. Oh, look at him lay out for it.
1, 2, and the kick out.
That's 2. You see me? I'm signaling to you. That's 2. Insane crowd reactions here, man. You see the guy in the front? The guy in the front doing the 2 with the We Hate Cena t-shirt on. He bought his We Hate Cena t-shirt from WWE, by the way. So
that's hilarious. Is that ref still with the company?
Brad Armstrong? Brad Armstrong's still with the company. I believe he's still with the company, yes. As far as I know. Not a person sitting down in the All-State Arena right now, and that is 100% true. One of those matches where everyone's standing the entire time, and even the little kids have to sit on the seats.
Going for the leg drop, but CM Punk countered into a power bomb. Kick out on 2.
Oof. Oh. Wasn't crisp, but worked. I don't mind like the little things that aren't like snug and dialed in, right? Because when it's this good,
not everything has to be perfect. Not everything has to be perfect.
Yeah, and I know there's some people that'll be like, "Oh, I'm going to take half a star point off."
Especially if you're already 25 minutes into a match.
Yeah. But I mean, like when he got out of the attitude adjustment and stuff like that, there's some people that be like, "Well, he doesn't do this and he didn't." I was like, people are doing that now with Kenny Omega too, where they don't like him already. So I'm going to find some issue with him, right? And there's a lot of people who said this about Punk, like, oh, he's just all talk. He isn't a great wrestler. And then you see the way he can work a crowd like this and deliver on moves that maybe someone else would do that would look very simple,
Cena going to the top, going for that double leg drop. The Cena drop hits it. And another kick out at 2.
Ooh. Oh, he took all that to the back of the head, too. And he
did.
The back of the head, it just looks extra scary. Looks extra scary, dude.
The dangerous move.
Wow. Can't put him away. What is he warming up again in the corner? Comments coming in here. I always wish WWE had Joe and Styles at this time period. That would have been some incredible matches they could have had. Well, they have Samoa Joe and they have AJ Styles again.
Here we go. Another attitude adjustment. Hits him. 2.
Come on.
No! Kick out. Another kick out.
No,
listen to that crowd. That crowd is popping right now.
Not again. Michael Cole is pissed. Michael Cole is pissed. And I love Brad Armstrong really laying in it was 2, dude. You didn't pin him. It was 2. It was 2 now. And I that's a good ref when the ref sees you and has to make that connection. You notice like Cena doesn't have to go right back on him, and like they're playing into this idea of are we going to screw him? Are we going to have to screw this guy that we don't want to win this title, who has all this momentum? They can read the room and play to the room perfectly. In retrospect, you're going to see some stuff they do here with Vince McMahon and Laurinaitis that I think I heard some people be really critical of. Just let the guys have the match. But the storyline was about, Cena being told, you're going to be our tool and you're going to get rid of this guy that we can't re-sign and we can't get to play ball with us, right?
Yeah.
And
you're absolutely right.
It's pretty compelling how everything feels like, especially you get past like, they're now past like the 25-minute mark. Everything is like, every near fall matters. Come on.
Jesus. Those elbows to the back of John Cena's neck. Cena's at the top rope right now. Punk right now. Countered.
Oh, dude.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
Hurricanrana. Boom.
Nail it, dude. Nail it. Great protection there by John Cena. See him get the hands on the hip, Protect the man you're working with. Just solid, good stuff, you know?
Ooh.
Oh, here we go.
There
We're
we
going
go.
bare knee. We're going bare knee.
Boom. Great ring generalship by John Cena, rolling to the outside, preventing the pin. Look at CM Punk reaching out. Just again, the facial expressions.
Can't win the title. You gotta pin him in the ring. You gotta pin him in the ring.
It's great.
You gotta pin him in the ring.
And Punk right now, he is completely exhausted. We're a little bit over 25 minutes into the match. 2 hours 43 minutes in right now. Money in the Bank 2011. CM Punk, John Cena, WWE title in the line 10 years ago. Man, I'm still getting goosebumps. We started this almost a little bit over an hour ago, and I'm still getting goosebumps.
Patrick is with us. Patrick is our buddy who tunes into the show and always wants us to ask when they're going to change those unique stage sets that we were talking about.
There's Vince McMahon. There's John Laurinaitis.
Here they come out.
So look how huge
Vince looking
McMahon.
quite virile here too.
Boom.
The genetic jackhammer.
John Cena again. STFU calling for the bell. He's trying to do a.
Oh, they're trying to do the
Chicago
screw job. They're gonna run down there. See, Vince is like trying to do the motion. They're doing the old 97 Montreal screw job thing, right? They're trying to do that. Now John Cena is going to knock out Laurinaitis. That'll be the pop he gets tonight. Because he's still a good man. He's still a good man. He's still an honorable man. He is still an honorable man, Jose.
There it is. Boom! GTS. 1, 2. The extra long count. That's how you know he won that match. He took his sweet time. 1, 2, 3. Man.
The roar.
Oh,
the roar. That feeling. Look at that. Look at those arms in the air. Look at that energy. Look at the way Vince sells it. The way Vince sells it is so awesome. This is great, dude. This is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. The way he holds up the title, like, look what I got. This is perfect stuff. Absolutely perfect.
Look at that
stuff.
face. Vince McMahon is one of the best on-screen personas ever been. Yes, give him an Emmy. Give him a Golden
not have an
Globe.
Emmy for like what he's done on television and stuff like that? I know he has like a walk on the Hollywood Star of Fame, but like definitely like a Lifetime Achievement Award or something.
I don't know, man. Definitely deserves it.
Look at the wheels spinning in Vince's head. How are we gonna get out of this? This guy's our WWE champion, and he can't win. He can't leave with the title.
Stop the music! Stop the music! Stop the music! Stop the music!
Stop the music!
Cut the music! Give me Alberto! Catch it in now!
Get Alberto out here! Yeah, he says. I love how transparent this is, because that's the only way he can get a hold of them backstage is by getting on the headset. That's good.
Give me Alberto!
But that's like telling the fans, we know what you know, you know? And even if you're just a casual fan just tuning in, you know that he's the boss and he can call a shot like that.
There's Alberto.
Oh, Del Rio is hustling down to the ring here. Goodbye.
He hasn't. He never gave the briefcase to the referee, so
he never got the briefcase to the referee, so he didn't get to cash in.
There it is, and here we go. The kiss.
Here comes the bandit. Yes, this kiss is so perfect, dude. What a moment. What a great image. We almost made the graphic of tonight's stream this. What a great image, dude. He walks out of the arena. I remember there were people that were like talking about following him into the parking lot and stuff like that. Later on in the night, this is like the early days, like Twitter blowing up though too, and different things like that. he posted a picture of the WWE Championship in his fridge. He had the championship with him, and he put it in his fridge. I thought that was really, really cool. Great ending. Absolutely fantastic. Without a shadow of a doubt, one of the best WWE main events of the last 20 years. We just watched Money in the Bank 2011. CM Punk defeating John Cena for the WWE Championship in Chicago. And great complimentary work there from Mr. McMahon. And absolutely a magnetic experience inside the Allstate Arena in Chicago. Just a great time, man.
Yeah, man, it was definitely a good time. I had an awesome time with you guys here on Sportskeeda Wrestling watching this tonight. It was great. But I wanted to give a big special thanks and shout out to Alberto Del Rio for taking his time out of his busy schedule, now that he's also back on the road and touring and doing wrestling shows, and he also just launched his own promotion. I did want to give a quick shout out to him and thank him for sending in this video, but also I did want to plug in his new show that's coming up soon, July 31st in Hidalgo, Texas. Tickets are available at Ticketmaster and PainArena.com. Welcome to fabulous Lucha Libre. Also on August 20th in Las Vegas, Nevada, tickets are available, so you can get your tickets to go watch Alberto Del Rio return in front of crowds, make his way. Hopefully, maybe we see him back in WWE. He wants to come back to the WWE. Maybe he'll come back. We'll see what happens.
We'll see what happens. If you guys are just joining us late, don't worry. This will be done and ready and on demand in just a few minutes, and you can scroll back and enjoy it with us as well. Alberto Del Rio does join us before we rewatch the match. I know this plays for people in video form, but we're doing some other special stuff today. This weekend, rather. Tomorrow, we will do a trivia challenge where I will kick Jose's ass in Money in the Bank trivia. That'll be coming up tomorrow afternoon at what time again? Let them know.
Well, it's going to be 12 noon Central, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, exclusively on Facebook. This will be a Facebook exclusive, just like this watch-along was a YouTube exclusive. Tomorrow's trivia challenge will be a Facebook exclusive. So check it out. Check us out over there.
Definitely check us out. You can follow me on the Twitter machine at Kellam. You can follow him at Jose_G_official. And if you haven't done already, follow Sportskeeda. Follow us on all the different apps. Here on YouTube, we are doing a lot of really cool stuff. We are making that march towards 20,000. So if you watch this whole thing, did you have a really good time? We're dropping content nearly 7 days a week. Vince Russo joining us for Monday Night Raw every single Monday night. Dutch Mantel joining us every single Friday night for Smack Talk. We have the debrief with Jose Enrico every Wednesday night covering AEW and NXT, plus the top story of the day, a ton of different content, a ton of different interviews. This week alone, we interviewed Johnny Gargano, Nikki Ash, and Natalia. All right, that is all up now on our YouTube channel. If you haven't done it, go ahead and subscribe. Hours of great premium wrestling content that doesn't insult your intelligence, compliments your fandom of any level. So come on board. Just breathe a sigh of relief. Fans are back. It's a good time to be a wrestling fan.
It's a good weekend.
It's a good time. It's a good weekend. I think just pull the bitterness out of your mind. Calm down. All right. Maybe get yourself a craft beer or a Dr. Pepper. All right. And just do this one very, very important thing, which is what, Jose?
You guys have to make sure you enjoy wrestling. Have a good weekend. See you tomorrow at the trivia.